I was a bit nervous, perhaps, that how would it feel to be naked in front of somebody in a shooting session.
I started my first vlog, and now we're doing something a little bit different. This is called Vesa Digital Catchup, and here I am with my co-host, co-founder, and wife, Lotta.
Hi, hello. Welcome back to the channel. Really looking forward to having this chat, bit of a catch up on all the things that have been coming across our desk recently, and yeah, it should be good fun.
Yeah, so here we go. You prepared a little bit of a program for us and how we're going to do this, as in that there's a structure.
Indeed. I have a few questions that I think I am interested to hear the answer to, and I'm sure our audience is as well. So in our first vlog, you mentioned about this new Sensus series that you're shooting again. So I wanted to know, what is it like to be in your creative era? Once again, you've been doing so many different roles in the business that are not necessarily creative. It might come as a shock to you guys, but he doesn't paint very much. He does everything else, and as do I. But now you're creating again. So how has it been this time around?
Hey, Sara.
Hey, Vesa. Yeah, so my name is Sara. And yeah, this is the feeling and mood after the shootings. It was great. Thank you.
You were absolutely fantastic. This is much more than I even hoped for how you moved, how many different expressions and worlds we were able to kind of capture. I'm really, really happy about this whole thing. So
Thank you.
Can you tell a little bit about how you felt about this process before we started and how you feel now afterward? Like just as a journey, what was it like to do this?
Yeah, so this was totally a new experience for me. I didn't really have any expectations. I was hoping that this would be a good experience, and it totally was. I was a bit nervous, perhaps, that how would it feel to be naked in front of somebody in a shooting session. But no, I didn't feel awkward at all. It was just like normal shootings with clothes on, but I didn't even realize I didn't have any clothes, so it was a positive surprise.
It's different in many ways, different to the point of wanting to restart the senses stylistically, as in they look different than the first sort of series. So this is going to be series 2. We didn't even get to 100 in the first one, and this is going to start again NFT number 1 from the second series, as opposed to where we left off in the previous thing. And like you said, I have been doing so many different things that I even felt a little bit rusty getting back into the shooting mode. And but it feels like a new era. It's a lot of fun because I started doing art to begin with, and then of course the business of maintaining being an artist is a complicated one, and sometimes it does take me doing so many different other things. But it was like slipping into old comfortable shoes, but with a slightly different intent, since they are art nudes and the paint is applied later as opposed to already in the process like I've done previously. And the expression has a slightly different flavor to it. And it's quite exciting, especially for the agency models, because they're used to being in shoots where there's a lot of people around and there's usually a third-party agenda and why they're doing it, because they're selling clothing or jewelry or something like that, whereas this is particularly tailored for them to be themselves and express what they have on the inside. And my job is to facilitate that first in the shoot, of course, and support it. And many times they're listening to music that they want to be listening to, and we start with a hour-long, usually at least, session to begin with to get to know one another. So I know who they are in order to support what it is that they're there to express.
Yeah.
And then also the painting sessions that I do, which are often after the shoot, are there to support what we were able to kind of capture to begin with. So for them, it's quite attractive to be able to do it quite differently And there still is an agenda to sell, of course, the artworks themselves afterwards, because that's how we get paid, all of us. The models also get
The model
paid
as well.
but it's a different thing because you're not really thinking about that when you're doing the shoot itself or you're doing the painting. So the commercial side of it really kicks in only after the whole job is done, as opposed to it's already very present in the shoot itself.
Yeah. Yeah, that's really attractive, I think. I haven't modeled in many, many years, but if I was still modeling, I'd be really drawn to something like that, where it's art first and then the product is the end product, which comes naturally. And of course, there's a business model behind it, and this is a business, but it's such a different dynamic, I feel, and it's really, really cool. Awesome.
And also, but therein lies a little bit of the complication as well, because many times the agency models, in particular, they have modeling contracts with their agencies, and some of them haven't been able to, even if they wanted to come and do this process, they couldn't, because their contracts are saying that they can't do it. And for the agencies, the model doesn't really work because the models get paid when the works sell, so it doesn't really fit their mold in that kind of a way. But we're figuring it out, and as we progress, I'm sure our relationships with the agencies are also going to be developing.
Yeah, for sure. Cool. So the previous generation of Sensus obviously was dropped on crypto.com. Do you have like a launch plan already for this new generation, or do you want to nest it for a little bit before it takes flight?
Well, yeah. I mean, the first 30 are actually minted on Super Rare, and many of them are still available. So even from the first series, we're kind of aiming towards the bull run now, and it's healthy to see what's happening with Bitcoin, and there's going to be an even more mature and kind of maybe art facilitating market now happening for NFTs afterward, and we're marrying together the physical prints as well as the digital originals. So it's evolving in a very nice way. But as mentioned, it's going to reboot. I don't yet know which platform, with whom, and everything. This is the creative phase of actually just capturing the stuff, and then we see who we're going to partner with to drop them. Yeah,
maybe this is not the time still to think about it, even kind of let the creative phase fold, and then let's think about it after. Cool.
Yeah, but it'll be the coming year. We're not going to do anything with them in 23, so somewhere around Q1 or Q2 of 24 is going to be the...
Awesome. Sweet. Second update, Vesa Art Cars. What's happening with that project as we speak? Very exciting. There's going to be a new Vesa Art Car on the streets in Belgium. So can you speak a little bit on that?
Yeah, I mean, my friendship and partnership with Nico from Blockchain Valley Virtual, now Asforia, is because I went to Bulgaria again. We had this investor meetup, and I met Frank there, and we made him an artwork that he was happy, and he has a Tesla. Again, a Tesla. So he's very excited about it, and I think this week already he's going to go and get the wrapping process for the car sorted. Awesome. So it'll become, I think it's ready on the 22nd of December. So it's a Christmas present for him in the best kind, even though commercial aspects are involved. So of course it's Frank's present to himself. Yes. Thanks, Frank. Thanks, Frank. But yeah, the artwork is looking great, and it's now winter time in the Nordics, so it'll stick out like a sore thumb in Belgium when he's going to be driving it in the snow. So it's a very colorful expression on this car again. And simultaneously, we're gearing up for the first ever street legal NFT art car, which is Dr. Marwan's Tesla in Dubai, and that'll be likely April when we get to auction off the first one in Dubai.
So that's really exciting. It's kind of like finally launching the project that has seen so much developments, and people already associate our brand with the art cars, which is obviously super cool. So now getting to that stage is looking forward to that.
Yeah, it's been a long time running for us to get the auction license for Dr. Marwan, and then also the NFT platform Galaxy of Art, in which Dr. Marwan is an investor in, and it was his hope that we do it with Shmarty, and of course we're friends as well, and we've been thinking about how we collaborate, so it's all sort of coming together in a nice way.
Awesome. So if you now had the pick of your dreams, you know, what kind of a car would you pick next if you could pick any car you liked?
Well, there's a couple of car brands that we're negotiating with, and I can't really go deeper into that. But then also the collaboration is going to be slightly different as we're partnering with a car company to do it, and with their marketing and everything. So that's again a different flavor to this. So I don't think I'd be doing myself a great service, kind of starting to name the brands at this point. Obviously, there's fantastic cars all over the world, and they, at this level that we want to do it, the cars themselves are already artworks, and they have a particular kind of taste to them. And I'm car agnostic a little bit in that sense. Of course, I have my preferences, but they will be revealed as we start to push these cars out into the world.
Yeah, I think it's awesome that, you know, you appreciate cars a lot, but you're not much of a gearhead, you know, in the traditional sense. And I don't even drive. I've never driven in my life. So I think it's super funny that we're in this car business right now, but I'm loving it. It's an awesome application for the art, and it really brings it into sort of a relevance that people haven't seen before.
Yeah, and our expansion also, I mean, we started with cars, but now the partnerships are going towards the jets and the yachts and villas and all this kind of stuff, and we're slowly but surely aligning our ducks in a beautiful quacky road to kind of make some art waves, because my philosophy has always been that art should be something that touches a little bit more broadly our lives than it does at the moment. It's very much in its own bubble in these fairs and sort of a thing. And whilst there's nothing new about making an art car, but the way that we're forming our business, and On Javin is now kind of joining from Syndica side to support it, and we're kind of figuring out the structure for the company and potentially a token sale of how we're going to do the fundraise and reward our first customers and how we're going to build the ecosystem. It's important to do it right, because once the foundations are set and there's a protocol on how to do it, it can go very smoothly. And this is also why we don't want to rush it too much, because there's so many moving parts to this.
Absolutely. Yeah, you got to do it right, because you only get to do it once, really, if you want to do it correctly. That's awesome. Thirdly, we want to wish everyone a happy UAE National Day, a belated one, and we want to express our sincere gratitude and love for this country that has become our second home or our home.
Yeah, we keep switching to things, and there might be even an exciting project that is going to be happening in Puerto Rico in the meanwhile, and that's being negotiated at the moment. So we are living this nomadic lifestyle, hopping from place to place.
Truly, yeah.
But yeah, so was there something else that we still wanted to?
I think that might be it. You know, stay tuned for the next episode. We might have a bit of a bombshell for you guys next.